Hi, I'm Pat Fiume. I've been a realtor for over 30 years. I'm a host of the American Dream Show. Welcome to my show, Is This for Real Estate? Welcome back. I'm here in downtown Merchantville, New Jersey after the response that my American Dream show of Merchantville had, where we decided to do a downtown Merchantville show all by itself, highlighting all the little stores and cute little shops here. So let's go take a tour, Merchantville, New Jersey, Shoppers Tour. Hi, we're here at Merchantville Antiques on our tour of Merchantville, New Jersey. They are a antique store, but they also have a very big, interesting side thing that they do, or their biggest part of their business is lamp repair.
Lamp repair.
And we're here with Mike and Jackie, the owners and entrepreneurs and mechanic or light repairer.
A technician.
Technician, that's
We're technicians, whatever they are now.
So what would you like to tell us about your store so people will know that you exist? And
well, what we do is we do lamp and lighting repair. We are one of the only places around that still do it. We are definitely brought back an old business. We work on anything from the 1800s to that lamp you bought at the big box store last year that the switch broke already. Right. So we can fix it all.
So how did you get started in this business?
Mechanic by trade and antiques by hobby. And then we just kind of got into it and offered the lamp repair in the very beginning. And in the 6 years we've been here, it really took over. And now we're basically 90% repair shop and 10% retail.
Yeah, I can see that. You have a lot of really interesting things here and a lot of really interesting lamps. It looks like you have anything from antiques to, I see a Christmas lamp over there.
Well, we do it all. We do lots of anything that has a light. Okay. We do. Lots of people have old Christmas decorations that are very dear to them.
Oh, that's interesting.
And we rehab them and restring them. And
July is our Christmas restoration month.
Christmas restoration month. Nice.
Okay. The Christmas in July kind of.
Yeah.
I guess to go along with that, do you also repair ornaments that are lighted ornaments, like besides lights?
We can definitely take a look at it. Most of the time it is just the wiring, which is absolutely doable in the shop.
Because I know everybody's got something precious from their grandmom or their mom and dad that they want fixed and they don't want to throw it out, but it doesn't light up anymore.
I think nostalgia pieces are the biggest things that come through the shops more. The pieces that have been up in the attic because nobody's wanted to give them away, but
they didn't work.
That seems to be the main pieces that are coming through.
Oh,
and
that's really cool.
We also offer all kinds of lampshades, and we do finials and harps. So any lighting piece, we pretty much carry.
So is this where the magic happens?
This is where the magic happens, and we got a few things going on right now. This piece right here, this is popular right now. People are just buying so many things on auction, and once they get it, it's all European.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like a mid-century modern or something.
It is that look to it, but it did come from Europe, so it was all wired in the sockets, in the switches, everything, the plug, all European wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take the sockets apart and I rewire them to fit our wiring to the correct side. I added our type of switch. I'm following their design. I'm keeping this all original as much as possible.
Really cool.
Just adding our electronic parts. But this is like one of the biggest things that happens anymore. We get these in constantly. Now that they find out about us, they go out and find any bit of lighting that they possibly can, things that they always wanted. And go out and get it and bring it in, and they know that at some point they'll have it.
So what's the most interesting thing you ever worked on and the weirdest thing you've ever worked on?
Might be one and the same. We had these things. They were from Thailand.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
they were wooden sculptures, and they were all built with like 1,000 pieces of wood. And they had these arms coming off and lights hanging down.
Almost like a Buddha with the arms.
And they looked like trees almost. Okay. And they had like multiple lights on each one, and they were all falling apart and everything. And it's hard to work on custom work and not destroy it. And we kept the art alive and got in there and rewired the whole thing. So that could, you know, cover both in one shot right there.
Do you have any funny stories? I always ask people at the end of my podcast related to your business, like that you tell at like a cocktail party or something that happened to you here.
The guy who wrote the note and put it in the lamp.
Like a message in a bottle.
Somebody from another lamp store, okay? Back in like the 70s was in like a blizzard and was saying how cold it was in the shop and wrote it all on a little note and put it inside the lamp for the next guy who came along, and that was me.
We're here for anything that pretty much lights. You can bring it into us and we'll absolutely take a look and see what we can do.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us here on Is This for Real Estate? And tour of Merchantville.
Thank you for having us.
We're here at Aradia's Treasures in Merchantville on our tour of Merchantville. I'm here with Deborah, the owner. Thank you for being with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So what can you tell us about your store here and how you got started?
Well, I started doing readings for people, tarot readings, when I was 17. So this has always been an interest for me. And when I decided to, you know, retire from teaching, I had always had in my head that I wanted a shop like this.
Right.
Yep. So there you go. I'm here.
And you have a lot of other stuff going on here besides tarot readings. You've got jewelry, crystals. What do you have?
We basically are a very full-service metaphysical shop because we have the crystals and the gemstones, statues, candles, incense, pendulums, and we do teach classes here. We teach a tarot class 2 times a year, tarot level 1, tarot level 2 once a year, and we do crystal classes and just many different things, which is up on our Facebook. Whenever we do an event, it's up on the Facebook.
And that's under Aradia's Treasures?
Yeah, Aradia's Treasure Metaphysical Shop on Facebook. And we also on Instagram, but I have to say, I put more of the class stuff on Facebook. The store's been open for 7 years, and it's grown exponentially, thank God, you know. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. And we got through the pandemic, which is an even more beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
And here we are.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the public about your store that we have to offer here?
Well, I mean, like I said, we are a full-service metaphysical shop, but we've made it our goal to really have something for all spiritualities. I mean, we have Christian statues, we have stuff for we have Buddhas, we have a lot of the pagan path, a lot for that. The deity statues from all paths. We carry items that just any spirituality could use, like the incense and the candles and things of that nature. But we also have anything that someone who practices magic would need as well.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I keep looking at the jewelry. I love the jewelry.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got a lot of gemstones.
Oh,
that's
my God.
I
love
those
sliders.
Gemstones.
Oh, my God. They're beautiful. And in closing, I guess, do you have a funny story you tell people at a cocktail party about what happened or something happened at work? Some people always have a story they tell when they have in a social setting. Or
There's way too many.
Way too many to pick one.
Let's just say this. A business like this, it attracts all kinds of people.
I'm sure.
So you never know who's coming through that door.
Oh, that's
and you need to be ready for just about anything.
Okay, well, thank you for being with us here on Is This for Real Estate?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We're here at Twisted Middle Sister. These are the owners.
Donna Gallagher, Marianne Botes.
And they have a really cool shop here. They've got a little bit of everything. They've got antiques, they got new stuff, they got clothing. They even have a video they put out monthly, or
we try to put it out every couple months.
That's a really cool thing that Trudy is the person, and they do some really interesting stuff with this Trudy.
It is Trudy time! It's Trudy time.
So tell us what you have going on here.
Okay, so Twisted Metal Sister, we started June 3 years ago, right when the pandemic hit. So we opened the store 3 years ago. We also do a lot with community service. We deal with Community Brings Learning. It's a children's group.
Oh, okay.
But we also do toiletry drives, clothing drives. We have worked out of Camden, out of one of the women's shelters.
Oh, okay.
We also bought about 50 children's toys this year.
Oh, yeah.
And we hand them out. So we try not to just have our business. We try to help out in the community.
You really give back.
We try to give back to the community.
And the Voorhees Animal Shelter.
And the Voorhees Animal Shelter we just did. I had about 4 bags of blankets.
Oh my gosh.
Sheets.
They're friends of mine. I had them on my show.
And all of that came out of her basement.
And all came out of my basement.
No idea.
Wow. I had them on my American Dream show, my Voorhees episode. And they've been on 4 times on my podcast. They bring a dog of the month. I have Jennifer Bailey on my podcast like four times so far. Every month I have her on with a new adoptable pet, puppy.
Well,
so,
I'm not allowed to go there.
Yeah, I know. That's what my husband says. I'll come home with all these dogs.
With every cat in the place.
Well, every time she comes in with a dog, everybody in the whole place is like, "Oh, I want that dog." You know,
we try to do a lot with the community. We just try to help where it's needed. Around here, it doesn't seem like they need too much, so that's why we go a little bit towards
further.
Camden. Towards Camden.
We try to spread the love.
We spread the love.
So show me what's going on here. What do you have?
So we have these unique lamps over here.
Wow.
Yep. This one's a really old top
That
piece.
is pretty.
That one's probably from the 50s.
Even the old architectural scrolly things are cool.
Yeah, everybody asks if they're for sale.
I was just going to say, are they for sale?
I'm just hanging stuff from them.
Okay.
We have men's clothes, but no men come in to shop.
Men don't like to shop anyway.
Men do not like to shop. A lot of unique pieces, like this little bread basket.
That is cool.
My favorite thing is the chandelier, the angel chandelier.
That is beautiful. So you must get a lot of donations then from people like emptying houses or estates and things like that, I would assume.
We have done some estate sales. So what we do is go into the houses. We'll price everything for them.
Oh, you do it.
Yeah,
that's good to know. I'll have to get a card for that.
Yeah, we do estate
Some of the
sales.
glasses on this table are from estate sales.
Yeah. So what we do is go into the house, we mark it for you. And it's usually a very difficult time for the people.
I know.
It's emotional attachment to the stuff. So we try to go in, do the sale for them. And whatever we don't sell, we take some of the stuff back to the store and then we'll consign it for a short period of time. And if it doesn't sell, you could either pick it up or donate it to the store. So some of the furniture in the store, was actually my mother and father's china closet in the house. After they passed, I took it to the store.
Anything you want to say to people out there? I think you had mentioned something about if they view this podcast.
If anybody views this podcast, when they come in, they'll get 30% off their entire purchase.
And a visit with Trudy.
Check out our Trudy videos on Twisted Metal Sister on Facebook. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We're here at Play with This Toys and Collectibles. I'm here with the owner, Scott. Thank you for being here with us today.
No problem.
We're doing a tour of Merchantville and we thought, you know, this place is very cool. We got a lot of interesting things here. What would you like people to know about your store?
Nothing. We've been in business for 30 years.
Okay.
Started, if anybody knows the area, the local area, we started in the original Pennsauken Mart.
Okay.
And, you know, we buy, sell, trade toys, action figures from the 60s on up. You know, it's like a lot of people's youth and, you know, childhood.
Their youth. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like the guy behind the camera. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
So I'm sure a lot of people do that. They come in here and go, "Oh my God, I remember that from my childhood." Or
I had the big words. I had that.
I had that.
Yeah, I have that. It's worth how much now? Wow. You know.
And I gave that away, right?
Yep.
I've done that with my Barbie dolls. I had this huge collection because my grandmother was a Kenner toy distributor.
And we had everything, like G.I. Joes, Barbie dolls, and we just gave them to other kids. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I wish I saw all the Hot Wheels. Oh my God. So what do you mostly, is it mostly action figures and things related to them?
Yeah, we deal in a lot of action figures, Transformers, G.I. Joes, Star Wars. You know, we do a lot of horror merchandise.
Okay.
We've always been big on horror. Some sci-fi, you know. Okay. It's mostly boy stuff. It's very eclectic. I mean, like I said, we do everything from vintage to modern. You know.
It's actually a very cool place. It's I see a lot of stuff from my childhood, my kids' childhoods. You know, hopefully none of my grandkids' childhoods in here, but
not yet, right?
Not yet. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, we do mostly, more adult.
Yeah.
Related collectors.
I've noticed even from like watching these shows like American Pickers and things like that, people are really into getting things from their childhood.
Yes.
It's
a 20 to 25 year spike a lot of times, it seems.
Yeah.
You know, 80s, 90s toys are really hot right now. I don't know what's going to happen down the road once it goes to all video games. But
I know. That's an interesting thought. Yeah.
It's you know, you get to a certain age and you have job and you have disposable income, hopefully, and they're trying to relive some of the childhood. And there's some collections that I know people have that put my store to shame.
Yeah.
I mean, they're ridiculous.
I've seen some showing houses where this one guy had the whole basement. It was, I forget what it was, but it was amazing. And they were still in the boxes. Like the whole thing was lined. I was like, oh my God.
I like stuff that's out of the boxes. I mean, these are toys. They're supposed to be played with, supposed to be touched. You know, who wants to look at a toy that's like, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you know. So, and then there's ones that people now have graded.
Exactly.
And they're in plastic.
And nobody plays with them.
No, there's no.
That's sad. Toys are meant to be played with.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they're supposed to bring you memories and happiness and
All right, so if you'd like to come back and relive your childhood and get some of the stuff that you always loved and couldn't afford back then, or just want to revisit things that you absolutely loved from your childhood, come into
play with this Toys and Collectibles. Yes.
Toys and Collectibles. Well, thank you for being on the show.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm here with Karen at Nimble Needle. Thank you for being with us today.
Sure, I'm excited.
So what can you tell us about your store and how you got your start here?
Well, the business started in the 1970s, so I'm the third owner. I bought the business in 2006. And at that time, it was in Morristown, and I was there for several years, moved to Haddonfield, but my husband and I actually own the building here.
Oh, okay.
So when the prior tenant left, it made sense to move here.
Absolutely.
And not only that, I was actually born and raised in this town.
Oh, really?
So, so I have lived here in embarrassingly a lot of years. So I know the town and its convenience. So
well, it's definitely a cool town with so many stores, but you're a very unique store because you cater to people, I guess, who do needlepoint and things like that.
Yeah, who do anything with a handheld threaded needle. So I don't address knitting and crocheting. But so I am a small business. There's
the niche kind of clientele.
People who come here, it's not uncommon for them to drive up to an hour to come here. So there's just not that many shops. So about a third of my business is people who come here to select threads or find a project. Another third of my business is online.
I was going to say, do you do online?
So I do online. I sell, I have a web store, and I also sell on eBay and Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then I have another third of a strong contingency of customers really across the country who I've worked with now for a lot of years.
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to tell our viewers?
If you're interested in just finding out what it's like, there's smaller projects that I offer for somebody who's just getting their feet wet. A smaller kit like this. Up to doing, something like this.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend actually took my wedding invitation and cross-stitched it.
Yes, you can do that.
It was really cool. I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
It's really, it's really great to have a project that really, means something to you.
It really did. It was very special.
Yeah, something like your pet or a flower that you always remember from your grandmother's house or a place that you visited. Okay. So there's really something. There's really something for everybody.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you for being with us on the show. We can get people into Nimble Needle in Merchantville, and your address here is 45
South Center Street.
South Center Street in Merchantville. Come over and take a look around.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
But wait, there's more.